I'm back. I took a little longer break than I had anticipated, but I'm back and I feel so much better. I honestly felt like I couldn't breathe properly. I was so anxious. So in my last video, I shared with you that I was feeling all kinds of anxious. I've been going through a whole medication change and all of the things, and I've been very open about it. And it's funny because I've actually, okay, that's inappropriate. That's not appropriate. I've been very open about it all, and I had so many kind, okay, girl. I had so many kind responses from all of you, and I wanted to thank you all for that. It means so much to me that you guys write and check up on me, and it's so sweet. But yes, I am back and I feel so much better. That 5 milligrams of Lexapro, magic, I tell you, magic. The rage is gone. The ruminating is gone. I feel just settled and calm, and like a weight has been lifted, and it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I think I have found a sweet spot, and I feel like over the course of the year it does change, as you know, with seasons and stuff, but I feel so much better. So this vlog is going to be a little bit of a catch up, I think. I'm probably gonna chat a little bit and catch you up on all the things that have been going on. Nothing crazy, just, you know, life. And then I'm probably going to share a little bit of my favorite things. That's what I've been wanting to do for a little while. I was gifted actually back in February this really amazing, I don't know how, I guess it's a bird feeder, but it records as well. So it has a camera and an app, and it identifies birds and it records video when there's motion. I have wanted one for so long, and they reached out to me and asked if I would be interested. And it's not really like a paid thing. It's just, they sent me this bird feeder, and it is so fun. So, but that was like back in February, and I said, okay, I have it. I received it, but I haven't been able to like place it because there's like 4 feet of snow outside. So they have been tremendously patient and so kind, like checking up on me and saying whenever you're ready kind of thing. So I want to share that with you. So I have some footage just going to go back all the way to February where I opened it and unboxed it, and then I think we placed it in like April when it was still quite cold, but the snow was gone, so we actually placed it. So then I have some video footage of that, so I want to share some of that. But I guess a little update would be that I am feeling so much better, like deep breath, so much better. I guess it's been about 2 weeks since I last spoke to you. I've lost quite a few subscribers because of that video. I'm not sure why, but that's interesting. So on Mother's Day, we never really do a whole lot for Mother's Day, but my mom did come here for the weekend for a sleepover, which was fun because it's been a rough winter. If she wasn't sick, someone in our house was sick. So we had made plans, and then someone would be sick, so we would have to cancel them. And it was just like, basically since Christmas, we hadn't really spent any time together. So it was really nice to have her here on Mother's Day weekend. It was kind of chilly, but we ended up just sitting out on the deck on the Saturday night, and we just talked. And my mom has always been like my best friend. And we can talk about anything very openly, and it was just like a really good heart-to-heart and very healing in a lot of ways. So that was great. And then the next day, it just kind of worked out. I had been discussing it with my dad. He's been helping us source materials and stuff, and he was helping us design these raised beds that I wanted to make for our backyard kind of makeover. So he got it in, I don't know why, he just got it in his mind that he had some old roofing, some like galvanized like metal roofing that he had no use for. I guess maybe they took it off a barn or something, I'm not sure. But he keeps everything. He's one of those people that he keeps absolutely everything, and it's kind of a good thing because honestly, he always has the thing that you need. And he was bringing us a load of manure because he has lots of that living on a farm, and some soil. And then he also, because we don't have a truck, he said, I'll just go to the lumber or the sawmill that he always goes to. And he got us some rough lumber. So he got us some cedar to go on the bottom of it, and then some spruce for the rest of it. And so he designed it all, brought all the supplies, and ended up coming on Mother's Day, which my mom was fine with. They broke up when I was like 2, and yeah, you know, if you're a child of divorce, it's interesting. But anyway, he arrived to deliver all this stuff. We had a barbecue lunch, and then we went up all together and we worked on building these things. And I don't know how to explain it, but like being a child of divorce, and I've never really seen my parents together, even though they get along very, like they're fine. It's always, there's never been like an issue of like having them in the same room or at a same party or anything like that. But working side by side with my mom and my dad, and we worked together really, really well, like a well-oiled machine. Like, you know, like we just worked really well together because our minds worked the same way. And it was just so peaceful. And it made me kind of emotional because I've never really had that. So that was it was actually a really special moment for me, and also maybe kind of healing. So anyway, we got one built with him. So he showed us the design that he kind of came up with. And then, so we had the one, and then we were going to build the rest ourselves based on what he showed us how to do. So yeah, we did that. And my mom and I went to the nursery, the local nursery, on the Saturday as well, and picked up some plants. I don't have a great space where I can start seeds. I've tried it numerous times. I got a little plastic covered greenhouse, like a miniature one, like maybe 5 feet tall, something like that. And it's just never worked out. So I always just buy my plants at like the local nursery. We have a Loblaws or an independent, which has some decent starts. Yeah, that's where I went. So then after Mother's Day, Mike was on holiday for a week. The kids were still in school, but it was just like a, you know, kind of relaxing week. He's kind of feeling burnt out, and it was just like a nice week to chill. But we puttered in the backyard. I planted some of the lettuce and kale and tomatoes and some herbs and stuff on the deck that I always plant. And then we built 2 more of the raised beds for the backyard. And we puttered in the backyard, and we kind of cleaned up some areas that were like, there was an old wood pile that we used some of the wood to go in the bottom of the raised beds, so we don't need as much soil. So it's called hugel culture bed, something like that, or lasagna gardening. So we put this wood in the bottom, and then we put some leaves, and then my dad said to put some like compost or some soil from like the forest here where the trees and the leaves have been falling for years. He said that would be some really good dark soil. And then we're going to put the manure and the soil that he brought kind of on top and, you know, mix it up. So that's the plan for that. And yeah, so it was a nice relaxing week. We've been trying to do like screen detox for ourselves and the kids. So it's been a bit of a struggle, stop and start, and a lot of emotions and discussions, and a little bit of, I don't want to say attitude, but like backlash, or it's not been received as openly from all the children. On, I think it was Thursday night, I got really fed up, and I took everybody's phones, and well, not mine and Mike's, like we kept them because we need them for things, but we took the kids' phones and screens and earphones and everything and just locked them in a little lockbox. I got one on Amazon. It was like $20. It's a petty cash lockbox and with a little combination on it. And we put their phones in there. Sometimes we put our phones in there too. And it's been so much better. I also brought the piano, the keyboard back upstairs because Mike and Clementine really, really enjoy it. So we've been using Simply Piano, or they have been, and that's been like an ongoing thing now that the screens are away and the piano is back in a place where it's just easy to use. I found an incredible book that I'm almost done it, and I'm gonna be like, I'm excited to be done because it's been massive, and it's like taken, I think it was probably like 30 hours or something to read. Like, it was quite long, but it's been like, it's probably like one of my favorite books now. Like, it was just perfect. So I have just been devouring this book and not looking at my phone or social media, because I think a lot of my anger was coming from social media and politics and all of the garbage on there and opinions and just people. And our brains are not meant to... Banjo, why are you all up in my grill? Hi. Our brains just aren't meant to process and know everything that's going on around the world all the time and everybody's opinion, you know? Are you getting up? Yeah. So yeah, I feel like I have a tremendous amount of clarity right now. And I feel very hopeful about, less screens, more books. Clementine has been playing the piano. Like I said, she's been drawing a lot more. They usually draw on the iPad. We have the app called Procreate, and it's wonderful, and there's nothing wrong with it, but we're just like, you know what? All screens gone for now. They still can watch TV in the evenings, and they watch something together rather than watching YouTube in their own rooms and stuff like that. Like, it was just getting... It was too much. It was too disconnected and too much. So it's been difficult, but I'm pushing forward with what I feel our household and mental health all needs. So lots of little changes, but making a big difference. So I think that's like, I've brought you up to speed. So anyway, I am going to tell you about this book. So it's by Rosamund Pilcher, which I think she was kind of big in the 80s and 90s. And the book I'm reading is Coming Home. I'm pretty sure that this has been recommended to me by one of you when I asked for reading recommendations, or I feel like someone definitely mentioned this, and it was already on my radar, and I have a couple on my shelf that I want to read because I know that she's someone that I would like to read. So like Winter Solstice, I started reading that at Christmas, and I really enjoyed it. But then Vlogmas kind of took over, and I didn't really have time for reading. So I'm hoping to like pick it up maybe like November, and read it through November, because I will probably do Vlogmas again this year if all goes well. So I'm kind of saving that one for Christmas. But then there is also Shell Seekers and September. Those are like, I think, the really popular ones by her. And then she has a lot of other ones too. So I'm excited to kind of get to that. But Coming Home has been such an enjoyable read. And I have discovered about myself that I am very much a long, sweeping, coming of age, character driven, slow paced, comfort reader. So it reads very much like Emily of New Moon, the whole series, or the Anne of Green Gables, the whole series, except that it's in one book. So it starts as she starts out, it's like 1939. She's 14 years old. She's going to a boarding school because her mother and sister are leaving to go and be with her father, who works in Singapore. And just kind of like the friendship she makes, this family kind of takes her in. There's like characters like her aunt and uncle, and then friends along the way that she kind of meets. And currently, and then the war starts, and her role in the war as like an early 20s, things happen, like tragic things happen, people die, disturbing things happen, but it's all in this, it all comes back to like this very cozy setting of home and defining home and what makes a home and the need for a home base. And it's really, really so comforting, so beautiful. And it makes me feel like I was born in the wrong time. Like, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of things about the 30s, 40s that would have been terrible, like the racism, the sexism, the classism, the medical care, like just the, you know, the wars. Yeah. But there is something really beautiful in the simplicity of everything. You know, like where they're drinking tea and they're eating toast, and it's just like, it's so comforting. And listening to the wireless radio and records and these, and how much joy these tiny little things bring to them. So yeah, it's been a super cozy, comforting book, and it reminds me a lot of the comfort of Downton Abbey, but less stuck up. Like, they're not as posh or stuck up as the Downton Abbey characters. So I only have, it says I have 40 minutes to go. I'm 97% done. I'm a little sad. I'm a little scared to finish it because this has been so good. And apparently Shell Seekers, I think, is her maybe most beloved or most well-known one. And I think I'm going to read that next. But I always feel like the first book that I read by an author is the one that I usually favor. Like The House in the Cerulean Sea, I really enjoyed it, but the first book I read by that author, is it T.J. Klune, was Under the Whispering Door, and I feel like I often wonder why no one talks about that one, because I prefer that one over The House in the Cerulean Sea. I like them both, but like that one's slightly more my favorite. But I feel like, I wonder if it's because it was the first book that I read by that author. So I'm excited to get to read another one by her. I have the physical copy of Shell Seekers. I really enjoy reading this, like especially in bed. Like, you don't have to like have this big book in your hand, or like, you know, but I so miss seeing like the big floppy pages and seeing how much you've read and how much you have to go, and I kind of miss that, the physical part of it. I definitely will be looking for a physical copy of Coming Home, because I don't have one, but I'll keep my eye out for that and other books by her. I've been asking ChatGPT what books I should be reading and authors I should be looking at, and Maeve Binchy is one that's come up. So I think I'm going to look into some of her books, but I've realized that this is just the genre that I really like. Like, I enjoy a plot. I enjoy even a murder mystery, things like that. But when it comes right down to it, this is the book. This is the type of book that I love the most. And I'm not sure why, but I really love World War II time era, like in and around, like before, during, after, like right in around that area. I find that, I don't know if comforting is the right word, because war is horrendous, but I think I find the resilience really fascinating, that how people lived through such a time. And yeah, and also just the simplicity of things, just the simplicity of life, like riding a bike and going to the beach and drinking tea. And yeah, I was in a bit of a reading rut. I had started so many books and hadn't finished them. I did read one, and I don't even know where I've put it now. I'll put it up on here, like if I can find a picture of it. It's like Murder at Gull's Nest, I think. And I think it's the first in a series. And it's this nun who's left the nunnery and has come to look for her friend who has disappeared and stopped writing to her. And she doesn't know why, so she leaves the nunnery to come and solve this mystery, and a whole bunch of other mysteries start happening, and murders, and people go missing. And I really like the writing and the premise and the timing. Again, I think it was just after the war. I think it might have been the 50s, early 50s. So again, I liked all of that, but the ending was a little abrupt to me and a little too simplified. So I didn't love it, but if there is another one in the series, I think I will read it, because that was it was an enjoyable read, and the writing was quite good, and I was surprised by like the depth of the character, like the inner thoughts of the character. So I think I will give it another chance if she comes out with another book. But yeah, I started so many books and just put them down. We're in our reading era. I feel like this is going to be a very book-filled summer, which I'm excited about. Anyway, I might go out and do some raking today. Our backyard is like, we put the raised beds into their places, and then we moved the chicken coop up, and we still have to build a chicken run, and we still have to put like some sort of, I don't know if we'll do a temporary kind of like netting, like makeshift kind of net around the garden, because I actually didn't think I was going to be able to plant this year, but because my dad came through for us, like we could probably have it done in time to plant something. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do out there, but I'm like, I think we have a hammock stand but it takes a really long hammock, and I have not been able to find one since it was broken. Children would visit, and like all like 6 kids would get in it at the same time, and it ended up just breaking, and I haven't been able to find one ever since. So I think we need to get a hammock, and I think some patio lights, like the just basic black, the patio lights with the Edison bulb kind of looking ones, might make a path up and around. And we moved the fire pit, so it's kind of like pushed back and over a little bit. There's still an area where we can play badminton, like we play like without a net or anything, but like a lot of times in the summer we'll just go up and we'll play badminton for like a half hour or an hour, or when we're having campfires. So that's nice that we still have that. Another thing, I started the whole year off, January, in a low buy challenge for ourselves and a severe kind of budget for ourselves, and we actually did really, really well with it. I haven't talked about it as much as I had hoped to talk about it, but we are very close to paying off our visa fully. We ended up getting, like from the government and stuff, we had some, because it was an election year, I think they were giving out bonuses and stuff, and we got like carbon rebates, and I don't even know what they were for, but some of them were from the provincial and some from federal, like the carbon tax stuff, and GST maybe. And then we got a significant income tax return, and we threw it all on the visa. And so we actually we're pretty close to paying it off. It's to the point where I'm not really worried about it now. Like it'll be, another month or so, we'll be able to pay it off. So that is huge. That is a huge kind of, I don't know, monkey off our back or whatever. So we're not really severely no buy anymore. We're definitely looking at, now that we've paid off that huge, it felt huge, that debt, now we're looking at saving and, being more responsible, but also still wanting to do things that kind of improve our little home. It's very humble. It's not like Pinterest worthy, but it's comfortable, and it's functional, and it's cozy, and yeah, it's mismatched, and there's hand-me-downs, thrifted things. Like our whole outdoor area outside on our deck is like, my mom gave us a couch that she didn't really want anymore, like an outdoor patio couch kind of thing. And then I thrifted some cushions, but they don't fit perfectly. And then I thrifted some more cushions, and then some more cushions. So they're all like very mismatched, but it's cozy and it's fine. And I'm in the process of planting some things. And like last week, it was so hot and humid. And usually it's like around the long weekend, May long weekend, that you get the go ahead to plant around here. Although my dad says it's you can't plant until the full moon in June. So I probably should have listened to him. However, I planted everything and I wasn't too worried because it's in containers, so I can move it either inside or under our gazebo. So, but yeah, the last 2 nights I've had to move everything, some of it inside and some of it just under the gazebo, and it's been fine, but it's gone down to like 0, feels like -2 kind of thing. So I probably jumped the gun a little bit on that, but if we do get to plant the raised garden beds, which I hope we do, I'll wait a little bit. I'll follow his rule because you can't bring those inside and it's very hard to cover things. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys like a little update, and we'll see what this vlog entails. It might be a long one, she might be a chatty one, because I haven't talked to you guys in a long time and I have a lot to share. So we'll see how it goes. But welcome back, and thank you for sticking around. If you're still here, thank you for sticking around. I'm sorry I disappeared for a little while, but I think we're good. I think we're good to go now. I'm so sad because the Kobo was telling me I still had like 100 or more pages to go, so I thought I was gonna get like this beautiful, like descriptive, perfect ending, and it was a great ending and it was everything that I wanted. But I just thought I had 100 more pages. Like, I wasn't mentally prepared to say goodbye to my people, these characters. You guys, I haven't felt like this about a book in so long. Like, oh my goodness. This was such a good book for me. Like, I almost feel like crying because I was not ready to say goodbye. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, my book is done and now I don't know what I'm going to read because I'm not ready to meet new people yet. I'm not ready to let these lovely people go. I need to know more. Oh my goodness. If you haven't read Coming Home by Rosamund Pilcher and you love, I don't know what you would call it. I've heard it described as sweeping, descriptive, character-driven, coming of age, historical, wartime. Oh my god, the descriptions of like Cornwall and the seaside and the smells and the homes and the people, they were all so loving and kind and refreshing in a lot of ways. Like, for this time, I always think it's very like stuffy, but they were just refreshingly not stuffy. Does that make sense? Oh my goodness, that sounds like a good time. Read this book. It took me so long to read it. I've been devouring this book. It's like taking up every waking moment of my days. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm done. I will stop talking about it. I need to go find another book now. Okay, so this is the backyard. This side over here is still a mess. We need to put it all together. Hello, chickies. Hello, chickies. Maud is still healing very slowly. It's been a slower than I thought, but she is healing. I've had to separate her out into a large dog crate that we have because sometimes it's like fresh blood and they will leave her alone if it's dry, but if it's fresh, they won't. So anyway, we still have to make them a chicken run, which I think will go around here. And then these are the 3 beds, and there you can see it's like about 1 o'clock and they're in full sun. So I think they're in the sunniest, flattest spot that we could put them in. We go over here. So we have like this area to like play our badminton and stuff. That right there is where the campfire used to be. And it always drove me nuts because it's on a slope and you feel like you're falling. So we moved a wood pile and I think we're gonna put it where these chairs are here. It's a bit of a mess right now, but we're gonna get some like marble and some pea gravel and stuff and then replace it there. And we need to get more chairs because these old brown ones are falling apart and they're terrible. So this is where the campfire was. I'm not really sure how we're gonna fix that, but that's a problem for another day. And yeah, and then we have an old gazebo over here that I kind of want to like, I kind of like how that looks because it's like an old driveway or like something going on there. It's not all our property, but it starts on our property. So I'd like to remove all the junk and benches and stuff. And then this is like a little kind of magical thing. I don't know what I can get to grow on it though, because the deer will eat everything. So that might stay there. And oh, and then behind these chairs, I have our hammock stand. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna find another hammock because it's like $135 for a replacement, just the hammock, or I can buy a whole hammock and stand for like $120. So I'm not really sure. It doesn't seem to make sense. And then just maybe keep an eye out for one. Oh, I think a hawk just flew over. But anyway, yeah, we back onto this hydro easement, and then it's just lovely. It's quite peaceful up here, and I feel like we need to use our backyard a lot more than we have been. But yeah, under the trees here, I thought it would be perfect to like lay here in the breeze. This is your view, and then look up. Perfect. Anyway, that's what it all looks like right now. It's like, it's hard to pull it together because it's such a big space. Not that I'm complaining, but it is a very big space to fill and make it feel cozy. So I think maybe bringing up lights up here and then putting maybe some fence posts sort of to hang them on, and kind of have those around the whole area here. I don't know, we'll see. As for the beds, this is a design that my dad kind of came up with. It's cedar along the bottom, around the bottom, then just old roofing that we put on the inside. I'm not sure how long these will last, but the rough lumber has an extra, is it ½ inch or inch that you don't lose? Like with finished lumber, you automatically lose. I think it's a ½ inch from the dimensions. So anyway, this is a bit more substantial, and he swears by it. So we'll see how long they last. But overall, I mean, if something rots, then you can just replace it as they rot. But anyway, they're quite large. I think they're about 8 by 4. And yeah, I put like a 1.5 feet between them. And then I would love to have like a fence around the whole area here, but I'm not sure if that'll happen this year. I don't think so. So, yeah. Hi guys, I just got back from the post office and there was a fun package there for me. So I'm just gonna open it up because I wanted to share it with you guys. I've been getting more and more messages from companies and stuff wanting to send me product and asking if I want to do either like a review on Amazon or share it in my video, things like that. So that's kind of fun. I'm navigating this whole thing. So this one, I've said no to a lot of them because they're just not really something I'm interested in. There have been a few products, quite a few products and quite a few sponsor emails and collabs that I've said no thank you to. So, but this one was a fun one. So this is something that I've been thinking about getting for like quite a while, actually, probably maybe since COVID, because we have so many birds here. One second, let me open this. Okay, so it is the company is, where is it? Perk, and it is an AI bird feeder. So you can, it has an app and everything that you download, and it has a camera attached to the bird feeder. So you can put your bird feeder out and then you can watch like a live feed of it. But it also knows more than 11,000 plus bird species, which I think is really fun. And it gives you real-time bird notifications. So when a bird comes to the feeder, you'll get a notification and then you get to watch it. It has a squirrel deterrent, which I don't really care about, but actually I think it is probably good because squirrels can destroy, even when you're just feeding them. Like I put out 2 wooden bird feeders and I didn't care that the squirrels were there at all, but the second it's empty they started chewing on the wood and destroying it. So it's probably a good thing that there's a squirrel deterrent on this, because I wouldn't want them to like chew the camera, chew the plastic. I don't know what they would destroy, but they could probably destroy it. So I'll feed the squirrels on a separate thing, but maybe beside it or something, so that, I don't know, we'll see how it works. But, and then it has 3 gigabytes of free bird video log cloud storage. So I guess it stores some footage so that you can kind of save stuff and watch it. So yeah, they emailed me and asked if I would like to pick one, and they would send it out, and I thought I would just share it. Let's open this up. So I think they had taupe or orange, and I think I chose orange. I wasn't sure if it was going to show up. You never know with when you get emails and stuff. You're like, okay, is this real? Okay. I feel like I should have done this somewhere better. Okay, so there's a lot here. We got, I don't know what that is, but this is what it looks like. Isn't that cute? And then, so the camera, it's like a little antennae on the back. Oh, I didn't think about that. I don't know how you charge it. I don't know anything about this really, but it looked super cool, and I've always wanted one of these because I love birds. I assume this fits in there. Yeah. So they sit in there. Yeah. Okay, so I got a little mounting thing for the screws. There's a whole booklet. User guide, how to set it all up. So I'm gonna have to do all this today. But then I'm gonna like, I hope, my goal is to like share the video that I get. These I guess are to put it on a pole or a post. Oh, we even have a hummingbird attachment. We have lots of hummingbirds, so that'll be, and I always try to catch them, but they're always too fast. They're always so fast that I can't catch them. That's so cute. And then what else do we have? Screws, hardware, charging cable. I don't know what that is. Okay, that's exciting. I think this is going to be super fun. We have a few birds right now. It's February and we're buried in like 4 feet of snow. Oh, you can even put it on a tripod. Oh, that's fun. I don't know where to put this. I have to put it somewhere so that the deer don't knock it down because they're kind of ruthless. But I'm not sure how, if I can, because it has to be charged. So I kind of feel like it should be near the house. I think I might have to put it up on the deck, and the deck is covered with snow. So I might have to put it in a temporary spot just to try it out. And then in the spring, pick like a more permanent spot for it once we figure out how it all works. But yeah, so there she is. We'll have to get it working, and then I will hopefully be able to share some footage of our cute little birdies. So Peck Perk, if you're watching, thank you so much for sending this. I'm super excited to try it out. And yeah, I've always wanted one of these, so thank you.